Hello and welcome along to episode 5 of this Snooker 19 career, the other O'Sullivan with me, Daniel. Today we're playing with Sean O'Sullivan against his namesake Ronnie, hoping to replicate his success, though unfortunately we're 2-1 down and going into the final frame, or potentially the final frame, it looks like we're going to lose this match. It would be some comeback if we were to win it, but let's get back into the 4th frame and at least see one of this 6-red championship. Obviously a slightly shorter format of event, so maybe it won't take too long. So if it does go to a decider, we may be able to show both, depending on how long the episode looks like being. I think it's Ronnie O'Sullivan to break if I remember rightly, so we'll let him take the break off and we'll see if he leaves us a red on. It looks like they've spread quite nicely, it's just whether we can get to one to the bottom pocket. I think they're pretty much all covered there, so that's going to be a little bit difficult, but let's try and plan our first shot. We'll see if the red passes, it looks like it does, so we're going to be on for a break to start with. So as we prepare our first shot, I'm gradually learning to take more and more power off these shots. I will remind you that we're on episode 5 now. Because there's a bank holiday coming up this weekend, I am going to put out a bonus episode on Monday in line with the World Championship final in real life. So make sure you check that one out. And also if you want to catch up with the series so far, there's a link in the eye above to the whole playlist with the first 4 episodes included. So let's just try and roll this one in. And if we can get on the bottom pocket to the black, that would be lovely. But we've actually underhit it by about 4%, so we might not be on for a colour now. But a good pot on the red, we're almost straight on the blue, so we could go for a long one there if need be, although we haven't made things easy for ourselves. Let's have a look where the black is at the moment. It looks like that's going to be one hell of a tough pot, and whether we can get back up for a colour I don't know. So I'm going to see just how straight this blue is, and it looks pretty much perfect to be honest, so we're going to go for that one instead. We may go for a little bit of screw back if need be, but I don't think we'll need too much on it, just to try and get the blue to rest on its spot, or even try and come back for this red on the cushion here. So we're going to hit it at about 50%, just try and roll onto this red to the corner, and hopefully we'll be left with a relatively simple shot to get onto another colour. The blue's gone in, that's the most important bit. We've got a couple of reds to choose from now, which is nice. One to each corner. We may get the difficult one out the way early, but let's see how big the cone is for it. It's quite a big one to be honest, so I'm not too confident with that. Let's see what the other red looks like. Possibly an easier pot, but maybe it's going to hit the other red on the way through. I don't think we can get to the bottom of the 2, and the bottom red's going to be a really tight angle, and we can't get to that one anyway. So we are going to go for this thin cut to the bottom left. The red's near the cushion, which makes it a bit tricky, but I think we should be able to pull it off. So let's set this one up. Again, we're going to roll it in, not too much power at all, and see if we can get on for that red at the bottom, or at the very least the pink to the middle. So we're just going for about 18%. We don't need any more on it. We've got a little bit of forward spin on the ball, so hopefully that'll take it off the cushion. We're on for the pink if need be, but I think we can go for the black from here. So the black's a relatively difficult pot. It's got a little bit of risk involved with it. I'm just going to see how the pink compares. It's got a little bit of curl on it, but I think that one should be alright to get in. I'm not quite sure which is the easier of the 2 here. I think we're going to go for the black, as it's more likely to put us on a red afterwards, although this could well be a mistake, and some of you may well be screaming at the screen. Let's just go back to check how that lines up. A little bit more on it just in case, and hopefully if we take a little power off, we'll just manage to scroll through for the next red. So 35%. A little bit of forward top spin on it, and let's see if we can put the black in. We've completely missed it, we've gone too powerfully, and we haven't got away with it as we've left the top red on. So Ronnie will come back to the table. He may well wrap it up straight away. He got a 74 break in the first frame. We're 75 available on the table in this tournament, and he's put the first red in there, and he's perfect now on the black or pink. So we'll be back when he's finished his break. Hopefully we'll still have a chance at the frame. So Ronnie's put a break of 16 on the board, and we're back on the table. He's played a safety off the penultimate red, and my word, it's not a particularly good one. So we've got a chance at this long red here, and we're going to have to go for it, because against Ronnie we're not going to get many chances, and we certainly don't want to let them slide. So we're going to try and roll this one in, and if we can screw back a little and get on the black, that would be absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to put about 30% on it. One thing I've really struggled with in this game, which is turning out to cost me, is not being able to put side on the ball effectively. We've actually gone for more power in the end as we tried to screw back towards the pink or black. It's a brilliant pot on the red, but we've come too far for the black, and unfortunately we're not on a colour now, and we're making things tricky for ourselves again. But let's have a look at the pink here. Will it go to the middle? It probably will. I'm not sure if it will go to the top. Unfortunately it won't. So it looks like we're going to have to try a tricky pink to the middle if we want to continue with this break. I could have gone for the yellow as well, but the chances of getting back down the table are difficult. Let's just see though. We want to try and and get points on the board as we go back there as we nearly accidentally take the shot. So I think that one will go to the corner, and we might well be able to get back down the table, to be fair. So if we just bring that back down to 38% and see if we can go for it from there. We haven't got too much forward spin on the ball. We've underhit it slightly, so hopefully it'll be enough. The yellow goes in, and the red's going to be a slightly long pot, but it's one we really should be making if we want to win this frame. As I said, I have struggled with putting side on the ball, but in terms of screw back or forward topspin, it's not been a problem at all. So we've got the red onto the corner here. We should be able to get on pink or black. Let's just keep an eye on the pot again, just to make sure we've got it right. We don't want to be missing a simple red. We've got plenty of more difficult skills to worry about first. We're going to try and screw back just to make sure we get on the black. Again, nearly at 50%, and whichever colour we get on now, we should be able to go up for the yellow. So we've gone past the black, but we could go for that or the pink, and they're both potting options that we could take on to try and get on to the yellow. We're nearly back on level terms. The black would put us back ahead, and even if we can't get on the yellow from here, it would certainly put us back in control of the frame. So we're going to try and play up the table from here. I'm not quite sure how well it'll work out. I'm going for 40% with a little bit of forward spin, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us up the table. Apologies for the quick cut there. We had a little coughing fit. The black did go in. We've not got a great angle on the yellow. I'm still struggling to control the cue ball a little bit, as I'm sure you can probably work out from this frame already. But we are just about on this yellow here and should be able to get it into the top pocket. And again, we're just going to play it gently to try and get back on for the green. We hope this one goes in. If it doesn't, it's frame over. It looks like it's not going to go in. It's just going to hit the near jaw. And unfortunately, it doesn't dribble over the line for us and into the pocket. So Ronnie's on for the yellow. He makes it 18 points apiece. And now he's on for the higher value colours to wrap up this for deciding frame. Ronnie's taken on the green. He's trying to wrap up this deciding frame. Didn't give himself the best angle on the brown, but he's managed to pot that as well. And now he's perfect on the blue, and we might as well just see out the last couple of shots. We don't normally show you our opponent at the table too much, but it's good to see a bit of gameplay. I can show off the fast forward shot again with the right trigger working for that one. Ronnie's going to pot the yellow. It's frame over, and he'll put the black away too. A break of 27 consisting of all the colours, and Ronnie wraps up a 3-1 victory against his namesake. So there's the confirmation. Our first victory of our career is still eluding us at the moment. Ronnie O'Sullivan wins 3-1, and I just want an event where we get a lower ranked opponent who will give us a couple of more chances and where we'll be able to take advantage a bit more. We managed nearly 100 points in a frame against Ronnie though, so we are improving slightly and we're still getting some decent breaks on the board. The 6 Red Championship wasn't quite for me, as I'm looking to improve the break building. Playing smaller frames isn't really helping us out, but we have got another group stage match coming up. That's against Mark Davis. I'm not going to show you any more action from this championship unless we obviously get through to the latter stages. We've got a winnable opportunity against Mark Davis, although he's still an experienced pro and far superior to us. We are going to earn some money from the event though, even if we lose, so there's some positives to be had there. As I said, we will be back for a special on the bank holiday Monday. That'll be out at the earlier time of 12 o'clock, as we have normal regular scheduled Football Manager content at 4:30, and then we'll be back again next Friday at 4:30 with more content from this Snooker 19 career. I'm not promising what the next event will be, as it will depend how well we do in the group stages here. There's some other events coming up over the next couple of months that we've already failed to qualify for or won't get invited to, but there are other ones coming up towards the end of the year, the likes of the UK Championship and the Scottish Open, where we may get to play in first round action. The English Open in October as well, so there's plenty of events coming up to look forward to. But that will be all for this episode. If we finish on the ranking screen, you can see we're still sliding up slowly, although we haven't earned any prize money yet, though I'd imagine all 5 of us will earn some from this 6 Red Championship, even if we lose all the games. But let me know in the comments how you're enjoying the game, how you've managed to get control of the cue ball if you are. Obviously we're still playing on pro difficulty, which makes it a little more challenging and frustrating to get used to, but once we do, it'll be a fantastic reward as we'll be able to play the game confidently. We've only played some of the top players at the elite end of the game so far. This game coming up against Mark Davis is the lowest ranked opponent we've had, and he's still in the top 32 of the world. So it's going to be difficult, but hopefully we'll get a chance in that one, and I'll be able to celebrate at least one victory in a smaller tournament when we come to our next episode. So I hope you'll join me on Monday for that. But if you did enjoy it and would put a thumbs up on it, I really would appreciate it. It just helps for more people to see the video and enjoy some more Snooker 19 content. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from 2 long-term stories, as well as weekly content from this Snooker 19 career. We're planning to have 2 extra bonus episodes on the 2 Monday bank holidays this month, so keep your eye out on the channel for them. and as I said before, there's a link in the eye above to the playlist so far if you missed any of the series before this one. At the end of the month, we've also got a couple of other sports games to look forward to. Cricket 19, the official game of the Ashes, is out at the end of May. I've loved the previous editions of this game from Big Ann. They've had Don Bradman cricket and then Ashes cricket a year or two ago, so this one's going to be an absolute cracker, and there'll be some regular content from that when it first releases too. And then at the end of June is the planned release of F1 2019. I normally buy that game every other year. The last one I've got is F1 2017, so we should be buying that one and just seeing how the gameplay's improved. But a massive thanks for watching and your continued support as always. I really do appreciate it. As I said before, if you're new to the channel, remember to click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for alerts every time there's a new episode. We'll see you next time for another World Snooker event as we continue our progress with Ronnie O'Sullivan.